Morning, Hobbits. I've just been watching Paul Thorpe's channel, and this is just a message to Paul because I've actually met you twice. I've been on your live stream a couple of times. The first time I met you was at the King, where I was already starting to have real problems with that thing. And the second time I met you when I went to Tommy Robinson's hearing in October of 2024. And I remember seeing you. I didn't say anything to you. I did actually debate at that time, did I leave, or because I knew that there may be people wanting to get into the public gallery. But I decided that I was a neutral observer on that one. And what I saw someone determined to expose just how bad the British state is. So I stayed, and that is still my view. I don't agree with you on most things, Paul, but I can totally understand this video. It's shocking, and it's what I started to see in my own country. And sometimes I've got a few people, including my niece who's being abused by her father, and my still sister-in-law. But I'm trying to convince a few people just how bad things are. And people actually say that I go too far with my sneering voice. So I'm just going to play the excerpt from this. This is the chief of Ofstead. Listen.
Doing the right thing as we build up to this wonderful Christian festival.
Well, we found some clear in a school in Birmingham. We found some very, very rigid segregation that meant that boys were always put ahead of girls for everything. Children literally didn't see each other. We found some books in the library that were saying men can beat their wives provided they don't leave their mark, and that women aren't entitled to refuse sex to their husbands.
And this is the Al Hijra Islamic school in Birmingham that you're...
It's a community school. This is a community school.
I mean, if you think I'm sort of going, I want to go work for Ofstead, you tell me the difference in the voice. Britain is turning to shit. Please, Paul, be positive. We can turn this round if we unite the people who actually need to know the truth. Now, British Indians know the truth. There are moderate Pakistanis, not many in my opinion, not many, I'm sorry. Pakistan is a shithole. Yeah? And if anyone was watching from the country or my employer in this country, they'd go, yeah, the sky's blue, the sea's green. Pakistan is a shithole. But the focus here is that we have a communist teaching profession and we have communist social services, all a product of our universities. Let's look at the teaching profession, which I know. I'm a trained teacher. If I really want to rub it in, I say I trained down under, which I did. Yeah? Let's look at the shithole, because I accuse someone on a channel. I mean, I'm not exactly known for being quiet. It's quite funny what she said, boys ahead of girls and all this stuff. I mean, they don't do the nativity play anymore. I mean, do you reckon I made Joseph? I think I just about made it to being one of the shepherds or the wise men, because I was the naughtiest kid at my school. But anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah, the pro-Hamas teaching profession. Pro-Hamas communists. Now, I said this to someone called Jake, I'm going to do an Ofstead inspection on Candy with Lubna's channel. It's quite funny, actually. Because as you know, Paul, I speak my mind. And let's look at how they deal with this shit in a British school. I mean, God, I've actually said to the management here, I said, look, don't bring any bloody British teachers over because I'll just deck them. Anyway, the head of the National Education Union is called Daniel something. And this pathetic, basically, is an anti-Semitic. He goes on, I'm marching for Palestine. Well, I'll go and march for Narnia. Palestine is not a country for very good reason. Because if you understand the post-war settlement, the United Nations was set up with 5 permanent members to stop any kind of, crap going on. And there is no country called Palestine. There is no state. But the head of the National Education Unit sees fit to take sides and goes on a Palestinian march. Now, of course, Ofsted Jake and any British teacher will go, well, it's not like that, really. Yes, it is. Because what they're doing in the schools is they're going, we have British values, blah, 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 blah. We welcome people from everywhere, blah, 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 blah. And then on the Hamas-Palestine front, it got to the stage where they're going, oh, one side claims the land and the other side claims the land. No, the people living in Gaza have no claim on the land in Israel whatsoever. So you're talking about an extremely dark period of British history. And that is where the British teaching profession is, I'd say, about 90% communist. It is on the video I made yesterday. The teaching profession needs to be brought to heel. They need to be told where to go. As for the stuff in your video, Paul, I want someone to watch this video and then watch your video and then watch all the other stuff. Because when you live in Hobbitland, as I call places like Maidenhead, Marlow, Leighton Buzzard, all those nice little sleepy places where everyone's so nice. Well, apart from the white-only villages where the dark person is excluded. I mean, I'm pro-Indian, remember. I self-identify as an Indian. I mean, if I can have my balls chopped off and call myself Jemima, then, I think self-identifying as an Indian, given the fact I'm a compulsive jaywalker, I can't drive properly, and I eat curry, I'll go for Indian. So you got this situation now where the teaching profession is a joke. Social services are communist inquisitors, yeah? I'd get a fairer trial in Stalinist Russia than I would from these socialist workers. I mean, I would literally take my, I'd say, hey, Joe, hey, Stalin, look, I'm all right, I'd stand. I actually reckon that Starmer is worse than Stalin. But anyway, what goes on in the teaching profession and the socialist worker is producing this shit. The thing is, when you live in Maidenhead, Marlow, places like that, you don't notice this stuff. You have to go into London. You have to see what's going on in London. You have to see what is going on behind the scenes in Slough. Because even though Slough is okay, well, that's until you know where to get the drugs, where the fact it's much quicker to get drugs than it is pizza, the fact that you've got people running around with knives. You don't see that. And a certain person doesn't see that. I mean, where else is there? If you go to like a city like Oxford or Cambridge or a big university city, there tends to be better policing. There are CCTV everywhere. But I mean, what was this? February, someone apparently was annoyed because I was rude to their dog and told someone who was actually my friend. And they said, oh, as soon as he's out of camera range, we're going to stab him. That's how bad Britain is. Britain is terrible. And if things carry on, I can't see things lasting beyond 5 years. Unless Britain takes the action which is necessary to stop this, I can't see things carrying on. And I've got a disabled son in Britain. And I fear for his future. I can't see a way out for him, which is one of the reasons why I've moved overseas. I can't bear seeing any more of this. I left Britain in 2003. I've been back for about 3.5 years. And honestly, I couldn't take any more. I literally couldn't take any more. I couldn't take any more of it. I feel so much better. People are telling me I'm looking better. Mind you, I'm 4 kgs better, actually. I need to do more exercise. I'm friends with a psychologist who said that the fact that I slept better last night was because my brain was behaving better. But anyway, blessings to you, Paul. May you read the Bible. Acts is a good start. You're a good guy, Paul. You're a very good guy. I think you're searching for the truth, and the truth will find you. Like I say, I'm not maybe as... I don't want to be embedded on, but it is true. Britain has just become a joke. I'm actually now, when I go out, I'm telling people I'm Irish or from New Zealand. I can do the accents. I mean, you know, there's an Aussie I'm hanging out with, and he thinks Australia's going downhill. I said, you know, it's nothing compared to Britain. I want the person who I sent this link to listen carefully. The teaching profession especially, and the social services, they are evil communist scum. Oh, and the social worker concerned, she's Lisa Duffy. And she talks like this. Actually, if you put her voice, and Rachel Reeves, I mean, the thing is, I'm sorry, but Rachel Reeves, she is Rachel from Accounts. She's a joke. She's an utter joke. If Gladstone or Disraeli got into a time machine with Doctor Who from Speaker's Corner, sorry, Doctor Who, anyway, and came back into this time zone, which of course is impossible. I know that there are Christians who get very offended, but it is just, hypothetical. If they saw the state of this country, we have let people in from shithole countries, and we need to have a one in, one out policy. Scumbag out, someone from decent places in, because we have labour shortages. Although maybe if Elon Musk can build a load of AI robots, I'd rather have a load of AI robots. So, keep your chin up, Paul. Don't be so negative. We will fight. I am, now we're in December, trying to sort out the fact that I don't really want to be going back to Britain and be harassed by the authorities again. I am actually going to give the authorities a warning. If they start, I will leave material here where if I don't come back or whatever, it will be published on TV here. This time it's war. This time it's war against our communists in our midst. We need a root and branch purge of all communism. That is the problem. The problem is communism. The communism in our teaching, the communism in our social services, but the communism is everywhere. And it is the communism started by Tony Blair. Oh, I'm a centrist. There's no such thing as a centrist. Watch my lesson on economics, Paul. I'm actually not stupid. Neither are you, Paul. You're a good guy. Be more positive, please. Please, be more positive. We're both offshore. You're in the EU. I'm not. Yeah? I've got a lot more leeway that if the Iron Curtain starts to surround Europe, yeah, this time the other side, Poland is free. Hungary is free. Czech Republic is free. In the Czech Republic, you can own a gun. Just how brilliant is that? I can own a gun here. From my cold, dead hands. And the thing is, people don't get that one. Britain lost their guns a long, long time ago. The founding fathers of the United States of America, that great country, realized that the citizens must be armed to be able to defend yourself. You can't defend yourself anymore. I think your video about using the Decana WD-40. I mean, I'm going to be packing to go home. Oh, I need my passport. I need my thing. Oh, I need a can of WD-40. Brilliant, Paul. Tribute, man. Totally tribute. Totally, admire you to bits. Admire you. Admire Danny Tomo. But there are some donkeys in your movement. The Wombats. So anyway, happy Christmas. Christmas is a festival from the Roman Catholic Church. There is no point sort of denying that. Yeah, I can go along with it for a bit. I mean, I've been playing Christmas music at work. I mean, I would have been fired by now. I reckon I'd been fired on, day 1 or 2. I was asked, well, what would you do with the boat? Is there a fire and warning shot? And then what would you do after that? Fire at the boat. Pierce its criminal air chamber. There's 2, by the way. They wouldn't die. Hopefully not. What a joke Britain has become. What a total joke. And I am worried about members of my family left in such a complete shithole.